Midnight music. 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 Midnight music.
I didn't watch the fight, but I was really upset. Kamaru Usman is one of my favorite fighters.
Everybody was upset about that. But no, Kurt Angle came on and he did a what did he do? He came out and
he had a hell of a run too.
Who, Usman?
Usman, yeah.
Yeah, no, he did. Well, Kurt Angle came out. He came out in that gear too. I was like, is he about to fucking wrestle? But I guess he just wanted to come out like that. So he gets mic checked by hello Kavita. He gets mic checked by Gable. Of all people.
Of course, who else?
You know, and they get into a shoes off. So Gable says shoes and Kurt starts saying shoes back. And they start screaming shoes at each other. It's nonsensical madness.
I'm about it.
And then the Street Profits come out and they do their whole thing, and it's really funny because as the Street Profits are saying their tagline, fucking Kurt, you can see Kurt Angle mouthing it and smiling. He's like, "We want the smoke," and he's like smiling. It's like the time Kurt Angle was a member of a Shield. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Chakon, we're gonna talk about that.
You doing homework? Fuck's sake.
Wait, who has homework?
Jazz is doing homework.
For what?
Grad school.
Oh, I was like, school? Like,
Jazz is actually in high school. I never told you.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. She's a rising senior. No, it's the second. What is it? Your second year of grad school? So your second year of grad school. That's what, like 18th grade? It's 12th. No, 16th grade. It's
18th.
12 years of school plus 4 years of undergrad.
16th.
grade. She's in
18th grade. Yeah.
Still legal in both books. She's legal in terms of grades and in age.
Will I like him, young Terry?
Who said that?
That's the quad.
Did they spell my name right at least? Yeah, he did.
He's been looking at the archives probably on our SoundCloud. So get this. At the end of the Kurt Angle and segment, obviously Street Profits and Alpha Academy went off on each other. Street Profits win. The Street Profits then go and they offer Kurt Angle whatever's in the red cup. And I was like, oh, this is probably dangerous. Kurt sipped a lot of wild things in his life.
It's got some Vicodin in there.
So he takes.
What if he was just like, it's got Vicodin.
Started sprinkling it in.
Starts like under his nose, like waff it in, Kurt, waff it in.
He like salt bays it into the cup. So when Kurt takes a sip of it, he spits it out. He's like, oh my god, what was that? That was disgusting. He goes, hold on. And so he brings out a cooler of milk. And that's where the smiling face comes from.
I gotta watch it. Jazz, you might have to watch Raw after the show. The show's on Saturday, right?
Oh.
Cardiff.
Yes, Saturday at 1.
Saturday at 1?
Because you're in Cardiff, remember?
Yeah, it's that time. Fuck, I was okay. I'm gonna have
Dude,
to.
it's a rough Saturday for me because it's the first full day of college football and
Oh,
wrestling.
fuck. And I got to pack. We fly out Sunday morning.
Damn, dude.
And dude, I have work to do. I didn't. I managed to release a podcast this morning,
Uh huh.
but I didn't get to edit all my clips because we recorded on Monday because Christian came back from Spain. So, and I got another one tomorrow. So I can release it next week. I want to finish both full edits and ready to distribute and scheduled
Yeah.
before Saturday night.
Good
I'm gonna
luck,
try and
dude.
crunch. It's possible, dude. I'm gonna have all. Actually, no, it's not possible.
Yeah.
Unless I just do go all day, all Friday night and all day Saturday, I can do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put 20 to 25 clips of this show if I want to do previews of all but 3 pay-per-views we have to cover.
Yeah.
Like, it's worth it though because we got a lot of traffic WrestleMania week when I just like every fucking 2 hours was like another clip. Especially the Bianca and Becky one got over like 9,000 views.
I
was like,
no reason.
What?
How'd this happen?
I was like, well,
Dude, honestly, dude, it's probably a thumbnail.
it was probably the thumbnail.
The secret to YouTube is thumbnails.
It was probably the thumbnail. People were like, oh, like they probably.
If you can put metadata in like if you create your own thumbnail in like Photoshop or whatever, and you save as, and you can like put metadata in the thumbnail,
Yeah.
and that gets picked up by the algorithm a lot easier. So I hear.
Interesting. Oh, you want to hear something that I did this weekend? It's gonna sound really juvenile of me, but so we'll let the sirens in your hood go by.
I know, dude. Like, what the hell? Like, I hear sirens all the time. I'm like, dude, this is Hobo. Give me fucking white people live here.
Oh no, we're just passing through to go to Jersey City. Oh.
I also live next to the fire station.
Oh well, yeah, that
also
that's
is part of it. It's like a volunteer fire station. But those aren't fire sirens. Those are like
that sound like
I don't even know what kind of sirens those. That's like private eye sirens.
Yeah, private eye
IRS sirens.
Oh, but no, I tried a Frosty for the first time ever.
How have you never had a Frosty?
I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm lactose intolerant. So, but
how is your diarrhea?
Well, no, not that bad because I take lactate pills.
Ah, okay, smart.
Yeah, I started because I tried ice cream for the first time like in the past year or two, because I was like, oh, because I never wanted to try lactate pills, but I do it all the time now and it's great. Saves me a lot of bathroom runs.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
I'd probably kill myself. I'd rather have Crohn's than being lactose intolerant.
Yeah. Oh, which
like
flavor?
when they told me I had Crohn's, I was like, can I eat milk? can I eat cheese? How am I with dairy? Like, no, you're fine with dairy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I put milk in
God.
my cereal a couple of months ago for like the first time. Still prefer it dry. I'm not gonna lie. Like milk in my cereal doesn't do much for me.
I understand. After years and years and years of dry cereal, it's hard to change.
Yeah, it really is.
It's hard to change. You get stuck in your ways. It's not your fault. You're a conservative cereal eater. I get it.
By the way, I'd rather have Edie than be lactose intolerant. Yeah, I tried.
I don't know about that.
What is it? I tried the strawberry one, like the limited time only strawberry one. Because like strawberry, you can't go bad, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't like the greatest thing in the world to me, but it's there. You know, I know some people put in like fries in their Frosty. I didn't try that because I wanted to just try it by itself.
Dude, fries in the Frosty is the way to go. Not gonna lie.
Is it really? Like I don't know.
Frosty's Wendy's.
Frosty's
right?
Wendy's. Yeah, your favorite place.
Yeah, I do love Wendy's. I mean, honestly, the McFlurry is better with the fries, even though it's like the exact same thing.
I might have to try the McFlurry next. I've never tried a McFlurry. Like the Oreo McFlurry seems delightful to me.
The Oreo McFlurry was a staple one summer when I worked at Lowe's.
Really?
I would get because like it was at a complex, right? So there was like a Papagino's, or no, it was a DiGiorno or something. There's like a little pizza spot.
DiGiorno's not a pizza spot. DiGiorno's
DiGiorno subs.
Yeah, no, it's not DiGiorno. DiGiorno
It's pizza. No, it's not pizza. It's DiGiorno.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
delivery. It's DiGiorno. So it's
yeah,
pizza.
but like you get that in like a supermarket. You don't get it.
Supermarket. Okay, so it wasn't that. It was like it was some kind of pizza and sandwich place. and then there was a McDonald's. So I kind of just go back and forth, and think like a dollar store. But I would go back and forth between all those for lunch, and a McFlurry, the Oreo McFlurry, was a staple of my lunch habits.
Really?
It was the best, dude. I loved it.
Nice. I can't do a Reese's Blizzard from DQ because I'm actually allergic to nuts. I do have a nut allergy, so that is off the table.
Ricky.
Yeah.
Milk and nuts will essentially kill you.
And shellfish, actually, too, as well.
Yeah. Yeah, shellfish.
Yeah.
That's pretty common. So what I learned today is that if you're like allergic to crab and shellfish, you're also allergic to cockroaches.
What?
In most insects.
But like I'm not eating.
Yeah, crustaceans.
Yeah, but I'm not eating cockroaches.
No, you don't. So just make sure you never do.
Yeah, I'll make sure I never put myself in that position.
Dude, Bill Gates wants people eating bugs. All right, he said that. Well, he's rich. He's gonna afford actual meat. It's like, they want to have
real meat.
They want to have the meat substitute. So it's like to save the planet and all that bullshit. So they want to start having people eating bugs, like eventually.
Wait, Fretch, you would rather have ED than being allergic to milk and nuts? I don't know about that, Fretzy.
Yeah, dude. I don't want ED.
Yeah.
I'll pass on ED.
Yeah, and by the way, Taquan, spell my name right. It's an IE, not a Y. You probably didn't know that, but just saying. Just for reference point. You're blurry for some reason, Will.
Am I? Oh, it's because I move.
Nope, still blurry.
Still blurry.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Oh, he'll be back. That's better.
Still blurry? Yeah.
Yeah, better, yeah.
It's disconnected and put it back on.
By the way, folks, we are live in a couple of different places, like I had mentioned before. So not only are we live on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, we're also live on our Kings of the Rings podcast Facebook page for the first time ever. And for the first time ever, we are also live simultaneously on the Wrestle Addict Radio YouTube page. If you don't believe me, you can go check that out right now. So Kings of the Rings podcast, or KOTR_podcast, Kings of the Rings podcast Facebook page, our official Facebook page, as well as the Wrestle Addict Radio YouTube page. We are live in 5 places at once, so it is going to be a very, very interesting time tonight. Hopefully, you can blast those things out, like all those things, share those things on all your socials, let people know we are all over the place, and hopefully, in the future, we'll grow to be on even more places. Maybe we'll switch up where on Wrestle Addict Radio we're going to go live streaming from every week.
Yeah, I like that.
Maybe we'll do like Wrestle Addict Radio's Twitter one week, or like the group page one week,
Yeah. Share the love.
Yeah. See where the cookie crumbles. And everything like that. Oh, by the way, Kay Murphy is not going to be with us. Kay Murphy had a medical situation happen to them, and so Kay is going to be taking the night off. So it's me and Will.
Yep. I may run for like a 20-minute potty break at some point, but we'll see. Pray for me.
Yeah. By the way, Will, your dick twitching comment almost got. They tried to remove the audio from TikTok, and I appealed, and I won.
What for?
They're like, oh, it breaks our guidelines. I was like, appeal, and they're like, we're sorry about that. It does not. I was like,
what guidelines? I can't be turned on by 2 grown men talking in a wrestling ring, glistening with their wet hair.
Wait, Chick-fil-A has a peach milkshake? I've never heard of a peach milkshake.
Ew, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah, that does not sound delightful to me.
Like, it's like if you go to like an ice cream shop, it's like they don't. It's like I want a root beer float. Like, we don't have root beer, we have Coke. What's a Coke? Like a Pepsi float.
Fretz, if we wanted to bring you in right now, it'd be somewhat possible. But I don't know. We should just. I don't have time to adjust and put you on everywhere at the moment. Or else we would have. I would have thought that earlier. Be like, Fretz, jump in. You're the new K Murphy tonight.
K Fretz.
K Fretz.
or Fretz Murphy. Kind of like K Fretz better.
I like K Fretz, yeah. Peaches and cream in a shake. God, yes, wow. Only time I like peaches and cream is in a 112 song.
I don't like peaches.
Really? You've never had a peach cobbler?
I don't like peaches. It's ugh.
Have a peach cobbler. It'll change your life.
Say so.
I know. My dad makes peach cobblers all the time.
Yes, I feel like peach cobbler is a forte of the African American cooking people.
Yeah. My dad.
Chefs,
My dad should have been.
bakers.
My dad should have been a fucking chef. He'd like.
Dude, my dad should have been a weatherman.
Really?
My dad loves the weather. You come in, guys, it's local on the 8th. We gotta check the weather. Like, oh, okay. He's probably watching right now. It's 7:58. He's probably watching local on the 8th right now.
Wait, what? He goes, the weirdest. Taquan you're on some shit, man. Taquan says the weirdest milkshake I tried, which is delicious, is from this place Portillo's, where we put a whole slice of chocolate cake in a shake.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
That does sound fucking delicious.
Chocolate cake in a shake.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think they make it better with some chocolate mousse.
Probably was a chocolate mousse. What kind of was like a triple chocolate shake, like a cake? It was cake and shake.
That's why I love chocolate mousse.
Peaches are not gross. Damn it.
Tell it to my taste buds, bro. My taste buds is like peaches. Yuck.
Oh man, I do say like when the pandemic first was in full effect, we were shut down. All my dad would do was just fucking bake for no reason. It's because he was bored.
Dude, baking's hard.
There is a science to it. I'm not gonna lie. There is a science to it. Chocolate cake blended into a vanilla shake. Wow.
Yeah, wow is right.
Wow. That sounds phenomenal. Chocolate cake blended into a vanilla shake. Jesus Christ. That's a lot. By the way, Taquan, it's been like a week since you actually entered college. How's that going?
How's that pussy, bro?
Seriously, Taquan, I want to know, like, what's going down, man? My first week of college was freaking amazing.
Have you skipped class yet?
I skipped class my first week of college.
I didn't. I was a good boy.
Yeah, well, I was dropping the class anyway, so I skipped it to go tailgate at
Fair
a football
enough.
game.
Dude, the crazy thing about Hofstra was, especially in September, we
Yeah.
got all the Jewish holidays off. Every single one of
Yeah,
them.
you guys like never were in school the first month.
Yeah, we didn't have a full week of school until like mid-October.
That's so fucking
Just
disgusting.
all the Jewish holidays. I was like, hell yeah. And the Christian holidays, we get those too. Hell yeah.
He goes, right, Taquan says deadass Wolverine's a white chick I'm thinking about. But it's
Hell
going
yeah,
well.
man.
I'm enjoying class.
Hell yeah, man.
All right. Here's the question, Taquan.
Is she a little overweight? You could be honest.
No, not even that. Not even that. Does she live on your floor? That is.
No, she lives in his room, baby. Oh!
You got to get a little bit of separation, because that's how you get stuck in relationships. You start banging people on your floor.
Yeah, dude. Do not get in a relationship your freshman year. That's a terrible mistake.
Horrible.
A lot of people make it.
Yeah. The floor under.
Floor under. There you go.
All right. That's
You're
fine.
in the
That's
clear.
fine.
You're in the clear.
That's fine. You easily avoidable if you take the right staircase.
No, dude. Take the stairs. All right. She'll never take the stairs.
Seriously. We're trying to be avoided. Take the stairs. Ooh, Mox is opening up a show, probably getting an all-out matchup set up, something that we don't have on our card to talk about tonight because we don't know what the fuck is going on with the
Dude,
AEW World title. What the hell?
Feel like the card, the all-out card, just be like, oh yeah.
It's a great card. The only thing's
this.
missing is the fucking title match. That's what's missing. You're missing
Well,
the AEW title match.
We'll see what happens tonight. It's kind of bold strategy to not promote your main event until the week prior. Bold strategy, Cotton. I really hope it pays off for
The main event was supposed to be the match last week, which wasn't even the main event of that show.
I know, it was very weird. All right, let's save it because we're going to get into it.
I'm just like, oh my god, WCW wasn't even that bad in ass backwards booking. And they had a Viagra on a pole, and they had a Viagra on a pole match.
And Vince Russo.
No, Vince Russo made sure that anything going on with the world title, he was involved. I saw the pay-per-view.
I don't care, man. I love Vince Russo. I'm a big fan of Vince Russo
I just
and McMahon
I need to see Vince Russo
and Carter.
Dixie Carter.
Vince Carter.
Oh.
I was just naming Vince's.
I want to see Vince Russo and Jim Cornette just go at it.
I don't, because I just don't think it would end well. I think Cornette was in an interview, and someone asked me, "It's like, do you think you would ever sit down with Russo and hash it out?" And he just went, "I can't. I can't. I promised my wife I wouldn't." Like Jim Cornette, it's not a good idea. It is.
Jim Cornette is on record saying
idea.
he would gladly piss on Vince Russo's grave.
Yeah, no, it's not a good idea for them to ever be in the same room together, because bad things will happen, and Cornette will be completely at fault. Because Vince Russo, I've heard Vince Russo interviews. He's just like, listen, bro. It is what it is. I just don't care anymore. Corny's gonna do what Corny does. He's a fucking lunatic. But I just don't care, bro. Like, that's what Vince Russo would say.
Yeah. You're probably right. I can't wait till they're booked at WrestleCon at the same time. Can't wait. Dude. Someone's gonna screw that up, and I can't wait for it.
Dude, so one of the wrestling podcasts I follow, he's hated online, especially on Twitter. And do you see what happened with Sean Ross Sapp?
No, what happened with Sean Ross?
So Sean Ross Sapp has gone into it. The guy's name is Billy Body, and he's part of the Dirty Sheets. And I've been listening to him forever, and he's one I used to get the wrestling bets from.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been going at it on Twitter forever, and like they went face to face at like WrestleCon at like Las Vegas, whatever the big show was for SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah.
Is that SummerSlam?
SummerSlam is in Nashville, yeah.
Yeah, so they just got in each other's face and were just like kind of like yelling at each other at the convention, but like nothing happened. That they didn't like hit each other.
Oh,
so like it was just like that's kind of like what happened to Vince Russo met Jim Cornette, so things would actually happen.
Yeah, Cornette's throwing a punch.
It was really funny because the guy is not Sean Ross Sapp. The other guy's also part of like Conan and Disco's podcast and K100 and that kind of network.
Yeah,
and Vince Russo. Mm-hmm. And Conan, I think it was Disco, was just like, man, this is exactly what I expected to happen when two Twitter trolls meet in person. They just talk shit and no one throws a punch. And I was like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's two guys on the internet talking shit, talking tough, and then nothing happens.
Yeah. All right, we ready to go?
To be fair, the other guy had his kid with him now.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, are we ready to go?
So, yeah, we're good to go.
All right, let's get the show in a row. Give me a countdown, sir.
Let me start recording. I should probably do that.
Yeah, you should probably do that too.
All right, good there. I uninstalled and reinstalled Audition this afternoon, so hopefully that fixes issues. If not, I'm recording on the mixer starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight Music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, talk about a loaded Labor Day weekend. We have 3 huge events to cover tonight from the world of wrestling, from Clash at the Castle to AEW's All Out pay-per-view to Worlds colliding over in NXT, because NXT UK is about to merge into regular NXT. So sit back, relax. It's going to be a fun-filled show with just the boys tonight, Willie T and King Ricky Rose. It is episode 306 of the Kings of the Rings podcast, and it starts on Wrestletic Radio right now. Seriously, what a better way to kick off the fact that we are simulcasting right now in 5 different places at once with one of our biggest preview shows that we have ever ever done in the history of his podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 306 of the Kings of the Rings podcast, all worlds clashing out. Of course, I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. K. Murphy has night off for very, very obvious reasons if you listen to us on our pre-show. But we are live right now, simulcasting on the Kings of the Rings podcast Twitter account, on the Kings of the Rings podcast YouTube page, on the Kings of the Rings podcast Facebook page, our official Facebook page, on the Kings of the Rings podcast Twitch page, as well as on the Wrestle Addict Radio YouTube page. So 5 places. Tonight we're going to be simulcasting in 5 places for the foreseeable future, so we get to 8 places, so on and so forth. So we got a lot to talk about this week. Obviously, Clash of the Castle, All Out, freaking NXT Worlds Collide, 3 loaded shows for a 3-day weekend. I wish they were all on separate freaking days, but they are not. So we're gonna get into it, and we've got a lot to cover. So before we get to all about, Will Tarashok, how are you today, sir?
Excuse you over there. I'm doing great, Ricky. A lot's going on, man. The Mets lost last night, so that was pretty funny.
That does seem amazing.
Nothing's better than seeing a 4-3 game in the top of the 9th get a leadoff single and an immediate double play. So I bombed in the 9th. Nothing's better than seeing a Mets fans' hopes and dreams burn in ashes.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, man. Yankees are playing better. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a long weekend. I'm in Nashville next week, going to SummerSlam. Should be interesting.
Yeah, it should be an interesting time. So, Taquan, this is your chance to get on the show next week because you can take Will's spot. So, there you go. We'll share information and all that stuff. So, dude, I didn't think this Labor Day weekend was going to be too loaded, and then I looked at it, I was like, Jesus Christ. It's going to be a loaded weekend.
There's a lot going on.
We have the beginning of college football. My parents are in town as well. And you got a crap ton of wrestling. Like, I don't...
So much wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to leave my house for a couple of days. Like, I'm just going to, have a crap ton of food. Everybody's invited, by the way. Keep me company. Food, and just be watching football and wrestling. A whole lot of wrestling. And we're just going to get into it right now because we got a lot to talk about. So let's go with Clash of the Castle, the first event that's happening this weekend in the world of wrestling. It's going to be Saturday night.
Thanks, Taquan.
Why is Taquan cursing you out?
He wants my spot.
Taquan's coming for the crown. Okay. And your Clash of the Castle, the first premium, or the only premium live event, but the first major event that's going on this weekend. It's going to be Saturday in the States at 1 o'clock in the States. 1 o'clock in the States.
That should be a pay-per-view. Saturday in the States.
Yeah, right.
Coming next week to AEW.
Saturday in the States. I know, Clash of the Castle, 1 p.m. Eastern time, because they are over in the UK and Cardiff. I'm excited. They have been very, very secretive about the setup of the show, what's going to look like. I expect, like a Mania-like atmosphere for something like this.
What stadium are they at?
I want to say it's, I totally forgot, too. I looked it up, but I forgot. Fretz would probably know. Fretz, where are they at?
Yeah, Fretz, we need you to be Freckles tonight, because Freckle ain't here.
I know it's Cardiff something.
Like, who plays there? How many does it seat?
A lot.
That's a good answer.
It's like a soccer field. I forgot where it's going to be at. But it's going to be a big deal. And we're going to go with the most important match of that night, obviously. Is going to be... It's in Wales. Yes, we know it's in Wales, Mr. Fretz. What's the name of the stadium? But the biggest match that night is obviously the WWE Universal World Heavyweight Championship, whatever the fuck they're calling it. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. Now, as of right now, there's no plans of Roman giving up one title. As of right now, as recording of a show Wednesday, we haven't found out what's going on SmackDown yet. Both titles are on the line, so it would be winner take all. It's Principality Stadium. Thank you, Mr. Fretz. So, with that being said, does Drew have a chance, knowing what we know now, things could change in a couple of days. Does Drew actually have a chance of taking this off of Roman?
That's a great question. I've been going back and forth with this for a while. I'm still going to say no. How many days has Roman been champion?
700. Over 700.
Over 700?
Yeah.
Man.
About 2 years.
Does he get to 1,000? Dude, I think, dude, if there was anyone to ever get close to Bruno, it is Roman Reigns. It is ever time to do it. It's right now. Like, he's never going to catch Bruno.
No one should catch Bruno.
No one should catch Bruno. But if you can break 1,000 days in the modern era, that sets you apart from everybody except for Bruno. Like, maybe Hogan. How many days is Hogan? What was Hogan's longest reign?
I forgot what Hogan's longest. He was there for a while, but
if Hogan might have had over 1,000.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But no one's gotten close.
That's like, what, 4 years, give or take?
The only two people that got close were Walter, when he was Walter, not Gunther. Walter had a crazy run with the UK Championship, and Asuka from the female side. Asuka.
Yeah.
But Asuka was over 500.
No, that was her undefeated streak.
Oh, yeah, but remember, she was a champion. She was undefeated as champion.
She was NXT champion, then she relinquished it.
She relinquished because she went up to the roster. That's true. Okay.
Yeah. So her undefeated streak was 500
so
days. Still impressive.
Yeah, Walter was
it's a title reign.
Walter was close to like 800.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. That's the UK title.
Which is a shame because the UK title has a great lineage, which is going to be dead in a couple of days. But
yeah. But so that being said, I think Drew has a chance, especially because it's the home country. You know, you want to leave the crowd happy, especially for a big show like this. Mm-hmm. But I think people like Roman enough where if he wins, they're not going to boom out of the building. And even if they do, it's a good thing.
Yeah. Roman's at that point where he...
and as long as it's a clean finish, I think the crowd will be happy and react appropriately.
I love that you bring up clean finish because we still have the issue of Cross.
Yeah, I don't want a schmoz finish here. I think that's a big mistake. Mm-hmm. I think that's a big mistake. I think a big show like this.
Yeah.
If you want this to be like a big 4 atmosphere, you need a clean finish.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. I put it this way. I think Roman is going to win this, as what we know right now. If for some odd reason Roman pulls out some heel logic out of his ass on SmackDown, and it's like, I'll put one title on the line, then 100% Drew is winning.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that's obvious though. But
yeah,
that would have been established by now. I would think.
I don't know if it would have been established right now, but he was only going to put one title on the line. I feel like that's something you swear. Because I'm like, I think the draw is Drew could beat Roman and beat Roman's streak and take both titles off of him in his hometown card. Like that's a huge sell, and again for the people of that country.
Yeah, but I think it takes away strongly from the main event to have it just be for one belt. I think that's just pointless. Like what would the reason be, other than Roman's a dick?
That's literally my only reason. That's because Roman's a dick.
Like other than backstage, like pretty much what's perceived on screen as backstage politicking.
Yeah.
What would the reason? Like that's not a good enough reason for me. That's not believable enough.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. They, like I said, they'd have to pull something creatively out of her ass.
Like if he just went to Adam Pearce, was just like, it's gonna be for one title, and just stared at him, and Pierce was just like, okay, and then that was it. I think that would be such like no, that's a bummer. That's stupid.
You know, I mean, it could give Roman heel here. He'd be like, I just don't feel like defending both titles anymore.
I don't like that either, though. It's like it's lazy. It's lazy story writing.
Fair enough. So at this moment, I think Roman's winning unless there's only one title that ends up being put on the line. Then Drew's winning.
It's gonna be a hell of a match, though. Remember the Survivor Series match?
Oh yeah. Well, no, they weren't Survivor Series.
Beat the fuck out of each other.
It was a Survivor Series. Because Roman faced Big E at Survivor Series.
No, the year before, no?
Yeah, year before. Year before was good. Yeah, year before.
2 years ago. It was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
He had Drew at Survivor Series.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Because I remember he said it's okay. I remember doing his promo where he was like, it's okay. I don't watch Raw. No one watches Raw either. I was like, ooh, he's got a point.
At the time, it was
Yeah.
true. Now, dude, it's crazy. I was telling this to my friend the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a crazy time in wrestling. Raw is like the hottest show right now,
Yeah.
which I haven't said in ever.
In a long time.
In a long, long time, Raw has not been like the hot brand.
Yeah, no. It is absolutely wild. So let's move on to the next thing on the card, which is going to be the Liv Morgan execution. Because Shayna Baszler is going to rip this girl's head off. That's all I got to say about that, Will. You can take over from here.
Dude, I don't know. I could see Triple H being like, Liv, sorry kid, you a Vince chick. I could just be like, hey, this is business.
Triple H would be like, sorry, I like brunettes.
I could totally see Triple H being like, you know what? Like, I don't like you. Like, I don't see it. And putting on Shayna, because he's like, I see that.
Yeah.
And it could just be a nice shake it up, but I don't know. Like, Ronda needs to be involved in this feud somehow, and I don't want to see Ronda Shayna like at all.
I think Ronda is involved because she's helping getting Shayna her intensity back.
Yeah, true. Okay, but like, Shayna wins? Then what? Then what?
Then Ronda comes for her.
But they're friends, and they're both heels.
Well, they kind of put them at odds. Remember when, because Shayna would always come out when Ronda was getting like arrested, and Ronda was like, "What the fuck is the matter with you? You used to be a killer, like you used to be."
Yeah,
I think that's
a murderer.
Yeah, I think that's where the tension is, where Ronda's gonna be like, "You don't have it anymore," and so Shayna's gonna be like, "Well, I still do, and I can beat your ass," kind of thing.
So you have Shayna turn face, kind of.
It's kind of like, it's like two heels fighting over who's the bigger badass.
Who's the bigger heel?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I don't think Shayna Baszler can pull off a believable babyface.
I don't think she has to pull up a babyface, especially if it's against Ronda. You just have two badass women going up against each other. What you do after that is going to be an issue, whether you're going to keep Shayna the heel and then have her go up against other babyfaces. But you're gonna have to find people to feed to Shayna.
I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to go with Liv Morgan.
That is surprising me. I am all on the fact that Liv Morgan is about to be executed, like tarred and feathered in Cardiff, by one Shayna Baszler, who showed up on NXT actually, by the way, and got in Mandy Rose's face, which I would love to see that execution as well.
Did I? Yeah. That would be fun. I also just want to see her beat up Dakota Kai some more. She was really good at that.
Because she's so flexible. Like, remember the first time she stepped on Dakota's arm and you were like, oh my god.
Yeah. Like, she's going to the locker room, like, throwing shit around. She's like, this is my place now. I own this place.
Yeah.
Dude, Shayna was the best in NXT. I hope Triple H... You know what?
I think that's what's going to happen. I think Triple H is like, we want to bring back, like, no-nonsense Shayna.
She's like, hey, someone get me Ember Moon. God
damn it. Yeah, Ember Moon was a good fall for her back in the day.
She was. They had a really good feud.
Yes.
The matches were they had one really good match that were at.
New Orleans, right?
Yeah, and the other ones were kind of just Yeah. That's the problem with Shayna. Her matches are very
She's not a flashy wrestler. She's very proficient in what she does.
Even if she can't lead.
I'll agree with that. Yeah, she
can't lead.
Yeah, she needs someone to
like her and Charlotte would be a phenomenal match. Her and Sasha would be a great match.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Ronda would probably be a good match, but anyone else, like her and Bayley, like who's gonna lead that? I mean, I guess Bayley, but
Bayley kind of. You know, Shayna and Kairi Sane was a good one. That is true. Shayna and Kairi Sane was
that was a good feud.
We need Kairi Sane back. If Triple H can because Triple H can get Kairi Sane back, I'd be like, nice one, Trips. So we'll see what happens, but I still think Liv Morgan's going to execute it. Anywho, let's move on to what is probably going to be the show stealer of the night. And if Kay was here, the meat-slapping majesty moment of the entire Wrestling Labor Day weekend here.
Dude, this is kicking off.
Stop it.
Dude, okay, here's what I want. I want Sheamus to come out first to his old theme. It's a shameful thing. Lost our head. Too many lies. Oh, That's what I want.
Underrated
That's what I
song.
want.
Underrated song, by the way.
Dude, like it was the best. He has this puffed up hair. Like, he has like the early 2000s punk rock look. Like I want it all. I think this throwback, like it's just a Brood theme, all right? Sheamus can go back to the white shark or whatever, the Great White. That's what I want. I think that'd be amazing.
These guys might literally hurt each other.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait.
These guys might literally take the heads off of each other. You have two guys, essentially, from, not from the UK, but from the European area. Essentially, this is as close as a home event as they're going to get for both of them.
They're both European.
You know, for
That's
both
really
of them.
They're both European.
The crowds are going to lose their mind for this. This might be a bigger match than the actual World Championship match.
I don't know, they fucking love Drew over
They
there.
love Drew, but when you have two of your own people going up against going up for a title that has such a rich history as the IC title, I mean, these two guys are like Walter's crazy respected over in Europe. Sheamus doesn't get enough respect in the US, but probably is crazy respected over in the UK. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You know,
yeah.
I think they're going to tear the house down, and you might be right. I might put this on first.
Yeah, I think you have to start the card off really hot.
Yeah.
Unless you put him in Show Stealer, it's first or Show Stealer.
I agree. It's either first or Show Stealer. I think Walter survives barely though.
I agree.
I think Sheamus is going to do his damnedest.
What's Gunther's friend? What's his name?
Not Butch.
Yeah, no, that's Sheamus's friend. The other guy.
Marcel. I was going to say Marcel Barthel, but it's not his name anymore. Ludwig. Kaiser. Yeah.
Ludwig's gonna fuck up, but Walter's still gonna prevail.
Yeah.
Ludwig's eating like 3 bro cakes. Or Butch comes out and runs him off.
I can't wait till Butch gets his name back.
Dude, Butch is kind of growing on me. I don't know why.
I don't. It's not growing on me yet either.
I always liked Pete Dunne, but I was kind of always he's not gonna make it.
He's got hope now. He's got a lot of hope now. But yeah, I think Gunther survives. I am very excited for this match. I am more excited for this match than I am for anything else on this card, to be honest with you. Because I think this is going just to be, as JR would say, a fucking slobber knocker of a match. But let's move on to what turned out to be a very, very interesting setup to this. If Gunther and Sheamus aren't in Show Stealer, this match is going to be in Show Stealer. We have Riddle, who now has his name back, Matt Riddle, versus Seth freaking Rollins. And boy, oh boy, did this feud take a turn for the better after Monday night.
They gave him Matt back?
They gave him Matt back, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I remember I showed you what Seth said to Riddle.
Wow. See, here's the thing, and this is something I kind of realized the other night when I watched that clip.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that was scripted. I think Seth just said that.
Well, here's how they played it off on TV.
I mean, 'cause that was clearly pre-recorded because they managed to get all the F words.
Yeah.
They didn't miss a beep, so that was clearly pre-recorded.
Yeah, so here's what happened. So they had the segment, they were mouthing off to each other in those separate locations. Who was it? Riddle made a comment about the only real man in Seth's family is Becky, or what have you. Which, okay, cool, we've heard that line before. You know, whatever. Whatever. And then the segment ended. The segment actually ended, and so what ended up happening was they come back from commercial. And I forgot who the lead of Raw is. I keep on forgetting his name.
Kevin something?
Something, yeah. The former UFC.
He was a dude. He was wrong person to be in charge, first of all, of that interview.
Yeah, no. The lead host of Raw. I forgot what his name is. But whatever. He says, "Oh, you know, as we were finishing the interview, the mics were still on, and we caught this." And then they showed it. So it was like, oh, this happened off-air style of of a thing that happened. But I love the setup for it though.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And it's still the craziest thing.
I like how they were fighting at like 6 o'clock
In the parking lot.
but before the show started. They're being really clever because
that footage that WWE used was from a fan.
This is what you got to do when you cancel like a main event on a big four like that. Like that's supposed to happen at SummerSlam.
Correct.
People were ready to write this feud off.
Yeah, and they turned it up.
So they're just like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. The exact opposite of what we were doing. We're just gonna do everything completely different.
You know what's brilliant about this? You know what's brilliant about this? One, the fact that footage of them fighting in the parking lot was taken from a fan. There were no WWE cameramen around.
Yeah.
That called, ironically, the reps were there in gear, which is kind of funny.
They honestly, the person who recorded was probably a plant. It's almost like a cell phone. Was it cell phone footage?
Yeah, cell phone footage.
Yeah, it's probably a company plant. Because were there other fans there?
No, I heard people like there are people like you know how people like stalk the parking lots and stuff like that.
Yeah, so there's probably like 30 fans there, give or take.
You could hear people yelling in the background. Yeah.
All right, so some people were there.
Yeah, some people were there.
All right,
but
maybe.
Yeah, but what I find brilliant about this in general is that, you know, when you're in some sort of family, like the idea is that the camera's always on. And we're using that whole idea of the camera's always on to elevate this feud. And it's brilliant.
Yeah.
They're like, we know people are going to be watching us wherever we go. Let's make the most out of it. And they did. It's great.
It's very clever.
Yeah.
Different. Innovative, dare I say.
Yeah, it's innovative. And I think...
Dude, it seems so simple, too.
You would think they would have done something like this before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, duh, why don't we think of this before?
You know, and it helps to blur the line of whether do they not like each other? Or is this part of the feud, which is good. You always like to kind of have that balance. I do believe Seth totally went off script, and that was not Seth talking. That was Kobe Lopez.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Because
that's strong words to say.
Very strong words to say.
Yeah.
Such strong words to say. Them actual fighting words.
Yeah, because I mean, you saw Riddle's demeanor completely switch. Like his high turned off.
I'm gonna fuck you up. He said it multiple times.
Yeah. And so, like, I don't know if he got real mad, which I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, dude, you don't let a man tell you got your kids taken away to your face be said.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that
he went as far
you don't let someone say that to your face.
Yeah, and even he went as far as saying your kids don't even want to see you.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh. Ugh. Yeah, it was
gross. Dude, honestly, dude, if Seth did say that, like, man, touche for the feud, but you're a piece of shit as a person. Like, you're a piece of shit. Why would you say that?
Because he's Seth, and Seth's not known to be the nicest person in the world.
Hey man, it's gonna be a hell of a match, and hey man, this is honestly this is what Riddle needed too. He had that huge momentum off of RK Bro. Randy's down for the count, and he just fizzled out fast.
The best thing that happened to Riddle was Cody's injury.
Yeah, low key.
Because Seth was going to ride that Cody train for a while, and I don't blame them.
No. Cody was going to ride that Seth train.
And I don't blame them, but yeah, this is perfect for Riddle. It keeps him in that upper mid. It's becoming like their next big guy. So yeah, I don't know who wins this. Seth can eat a loss. I think Riddle gets this.
I'd honestly flip a coin.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Heads, I'm happy. Tails, guess what? I'm still happy.
Yeah.
So I think heading into what? Survivor Series?
This will be heading into Survivor Series. Yes, the next big one. You also have Extreme Rules. So it goes Clash, Extreme Rules, Survivor Series.
Yeah, give it a Seth. I think Seth and Roman would be another good match at Survivor Series.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
But Riddle and Roman would also be a pretty good match.
right, Fretch, you got to stop with these updates. Apparently, Big Cass has shown up on Dynamite.
Ugh,
It's me. Since
gross.
Enzo's coming, and Full Gear might be in New Jersey. It's a rumor.
Eh.
Yeah, whatever. Let's move on. To last second match that just got added as of this past week. You have Judgment Day, aka My Chemical Romance of of the wrestling world.
That's a good way of looking at it, dude. Not gonna lie. That's a good. I love it. MCR.
Yeah.
I'm sure Kay loves it too.
Yeah. MCR of the wrestling world versus Edge and Rey Mysterio. Now, here's the play here. Obviously, Judgment Day has beef with the Mysterio family for what? I don't know. Rhea Ripley's been totally bitching out Dominic for the longest time. Still have.
Dude, they fucking.
Now, Rhea's man is a lot bigger than Dom.
I know, yeah, Buddy Murphy, baby. God, what a couple they make.
Yeah,
Two Aussies.
Yeah, right. And so Edge has come in to help them out. And so as the story went on Raw, because I know you didn't watch it, Will, Rey Mysterio chose Edge over his son to be in the tag match because Edge has more experience.
Dude, are we getting emo Dom?
I hope so.
Dude, I hope we get emo Dom. Like white powder on the face, dark purple lipstick,
Guy liner?
guy liner, and like the hair down on one side.
Ooh.
With purple tips.
You want to make him a South Park cartoon character?
Covers one eye. Dude, I want him to be an anime character.
I don't.
And he just mopes. Like during the promos, he just sits in the corner and just mopes.
Like flicks his hair each time.
Yeah.
Just flicks it back and forth.
Fucking poser.
Yeah, it's interesting. This could also
Not even my real dad.
This could also secretly kick off a show too because it's Edge and Rey Mysterio, and pyro galore. But I think they'll hide this.
I think there'll be a come down match.
Which is fine with, but I think the siege are now being planned for Dom finally getting on his own.
And he's gonna flounder, let me tell you.
Not unless Rhea teaches him the way. Either Dom joins Judgment Day or something happens. But I find it interesting that they planted that seed. To be honest with you, speaking of floundering, Judgment Day flounders without any significant wins. Like Judgment Day needs something.
Judgment Day. I liked the idea with the turn on Edge. It was bold.
Yes.
It was. I'm not gonna say it was a bad move, but Edge makes a big difference in that group.
You can tell by the way their promos are cut.
Like Finn Balor just isn't as good as a presence or on the mic as Edge is.
That's 100% correct.
Finn Balor's a good heel, but I think he's slightly miscast in this particular role.
Yes. Like when he was what he needs to be, but it doesn't really fit Judgment Day because Judgment Day is kind of essentially Rebels Without Causes. But you needed Prince Finn Balor from his second NXT run.
Yes.
But it doesn't quite fit the Judgment Day kind of propaganda that they're trying to push out.
It kind of feels like he's remembering promos instead of cutting promos. Like he's reciting promos.
Yeah.
NXT Finn's second run, he was, even in the first one, was cutting promos.
Yeah. Second run, he was like, I'm the shit and no one can stop me.
Yeah.
And it was great. I loved second NXT run Finn.
It was great.
It's fucking badass. Absolute fucking badass. It's just, you can't get over the Edge presence. By the way, you need to watch Raw anyways, because Edge trolled Kurt Angle.
It was with the signs?
They did the sign segment again.
Yeah. I saw a segment. I saw pictures of it. I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. That's pretty good. I like that, dude. Callbacks. Everyone loves a good callback.
Yeah, it was a great callback. But I think... I don't even care who wins this, to be honest with you, but I think, fans happy they're in Cardiff. I think Mysterio and Edge win.
Nah, Ray loves eating pins. Give Priest the pin to Ray.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see. I'm not too gung ho on this one, but it's there for the sake of being there, and that's all of the matches we have so far for Clash at the Castle. There might be one or two or some.
No Bianca. No Bianca. No, having Bianca.
Oh crap! I totally forgot. Yeah, the trio match. My fault.
No, the trio match.
Yeah, that's It's all much ado about nothing because fucking Dakota and Io didn't even win the freaking tag titles.
Yeah, what was that
They
about?
gave it to Raquel and
Raquel
Aaliyah, yeah.
and Aaliyah.
Yeah, they gave it to Raquel and Aaliyah.
Did Vince come back for like a day? It was like, hey pal, I got an idea.
Yeah,
Weird move.
I forgot to put that on there.
Weird
My
move.
fault. But whatever, we can talk about that real quick. Yeah, Bianca and company win. Go figure.
Yes.
Yeah, Bianca and company win. Go figure. That's our synopsis of that match. But that's all. That is officially all the ones we have for
Damn,
Clash.
dude, we already don't care about Bailey and her faction. We just already don't care. That's sad. That's kind of sad.
They needed to win the titles.
It's a fair point.
They needed to win the titles. That's the reason I don't care. Judgment Day has done nothing but fuck around with the Mysterios.
If you're not gonna push them, why should I care?
Yeah, like push them, like give them something. Like they would have been a great heel tag team champions. Would have been great for Bailey's character and for them to come up.
Especially for I guess Sasha and Naomi aren't coming back then.
Probably not anytime soon. And that's also where I thought it was going. I was like, okay, they win, and then Sasha and Bailey come back for their titles. Sasha and Naomi come back for their titles, which would have been a great setup.
It's a great story.
Yeah,
against Bailey's group.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's history there. Yeah, they must have fallen through and they scrapped it. Maybe it was if it happened to begin with. Now it's just even hopeful wishing.
Maybe, yeah. Who knows? But Clash of the Castles, our first event that we're going through. So how many crowns do you think this is? Out of 1 out of 10 crowns, how well do you think this pay-per-view will be?
I think it's going to be a strong 8.
I'm going to go with strong 8 as well. I
mean, the pyro helps, the presentation helps, the crowd.
Yeah.
The crowd is going to give this at least another crown and a half.
I think this is going to be a genuine sellout.
It might be.
There's not going to be any camera tricks like they did at SummerSlam.
Yeah. I think that's totally
I
possible.
think it is going to be a genuine sellout. It's going to give you that Mania-like atmosphere. Because we've seen UK crowds before. They're nuts.
They're out of their fucking minds.
And they go hard for it.
I love them.
Yeah, they're nuts.
They are the best crowd. I know we say Chicago and Philly is, but no, it
is
really in New York.
Yeah.
It really is the UK.
Yeah, they're into it. They have coordinated songs and chants. Like, how do you guys do this?
Soccer.
Yeah,
they do the same thing at soccer.
Yeah, so I'm
Gable.
I'm expecting a big Mania-like atmosphere for this. I mean, the wrestlers have been there for over a week. SmackDown was taped, by the way, folks. If you guys didn't figure it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Lower Bowl just started moshing. It's a shameful day. You lost your head.
Yeah, you're gonna have some crazy fucking pyro. Like, this is going to be a sight to see. And I'm excited for it. So there goes Clash of the Castle. I'm going to give it a solid 8. So let's move on.
Drew's going to come out as William Wallace.
Freedom again. So now we're going to get to what's going to happen on Sunday nights. Chicago, because that's where AEW is going to be starting tonight. They're calling it the All Out Week, where tonight is in Dynamite in Chicago. Rampage is going to be Friday, although it's taped tonight. In Chicago, All Out is this Sunday, September 4th, at 8 p.m. on Bleacher Report and pay-per-view and all of that fun shit. They have a pretty big event. So I'm thinking right now, All Out is essentially their major show. This is their WrestleMania show that they're banking on.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's fine.
I'm assuming, especially with everything going on with their All Out Week, and they're having what's known as All Out Fan Fest. Listen, this will happen at the Renaissance, Schaumburg Convention Center Exploration Hall somewhere in Chicago. Saturday, September 3rd from 10 to 6. Busted Open Radio is going to be there, which means Bully Ray is going to be there. Exclusive merchandise, photo ops, stage shows featuring AEW talent to be announced on upcoming days. This essentially is the WrestleMania. This is going to be like their access event, what they're calling it Fan Fest at this moment in Chicago. So as part of Fan Fest, they have a series of meet and greets 4 meet and greet opportunities to meet pretty much most of the AEW roster. Starting at 11 a.m., you get the chance to meet FTR, Rush, Andrade El Idolo, and Jose the Assistant, Danhausen, Swerve and Our Glory, Claudio Castagnoli, a.k.a. Sorry, on House of Black. Then moving after that session, starting at 12:45, you have the opportunity to meet Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Athena, Wardlow, Orange Cassidy, Bryan Danielson, and Wheeler Yuta. The next session, which would start at 2:30, you have an opportunity to meet the Lucha Brothers, Sammy Guevara and Tay Mello, Hangman Page, Thunder Rosa, who may or may not be right now because she is injured, Tony Storm, and Ruby Soho, who has very, very soft hands. I will tell you that firsthand. And their final meet and greet session, you get to meet JS, Anna J, AS, Matt and Angelo, Eddie Kingston, Pac, Jade Cargill, and Kiera Hogan, The Acclaimed, and Hook is your last session at 4:15. So that's a lot of people you can meet in one fucking day.
I would love to meet The Acclaimed.
I know you would.
and Eddie King. I would sizz with The Acclaimed. And Eddie Kingston.
I'd love to shoot the shit with Eddie, especially since like I did his interview.
Yeah, I would love to talk to Eddie.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, why do you keep fucking with K's internet? The fuck is wrong with you?
I would also love just to be in the presence of Jade Cargill.
I bet she smells amazing.
I guarantee it. Not Kiera Hogan. Fuck Kiera Hogan. She's a bitch. Jade Cargill is probably fantastic. She probably has a great like presence to her.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she's like, oh my god, she needs to be the fucking women's champion. Like it can't, like.
I'd be like, can you just punch me right in the mouth? Here's $20.
Don't hold back.
That's all right. I have dental.
Oh my god, yeah. So that's your meet and greet, and then that's the Saturday. So that's going on all day Saturday in Chicago, which would be a great thing to go to if it wasn't freaking Labor Day weekend. But let's get into the actual match. Since we don't have a world title to talk about, before we talk about the women, let's talk about the fact that we don't have a world title match to talk about at this moment, unless Fretz has found something that he hasn't told us yet on the stream. Are we calling some demons there? Are we burping there?
Yeah.
So talk to me, Will, as you ship some.
What was the question?
I was talking about. Let's talk about the fact that All Out, their biggest event of the year, does not have the AEW World Championship currently on the line.
Yeah, that's a problem. That is a massive problem.
Yeah.
In every way, shape, and form. How is your main title belt not being like? If this is your WrestleMania? You don't have your main title. You don't have your main feud announced. What?
Yeah.
Like, are we just gonna get Punk and Moxley like at the end of Dynamite just at a tug of war for the belt? Is that what we're gonna see?
Dude, the fucking tug of war. I hated that. I hated that so much.
Everyone hated that, but you know what? We're still talking about it, so they did something right.
Yeah, right.
Like, the only thing that could be worse is my tan lines.
That's pretty bad.
Look at my fucking tan lines. I just noticed that. Like,
yeah, I can see the difference.
Oh, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure they gotta announce something, but it's just, is Punk injured? Is he not injured? What is he suspended? Like I heard Eddie Kingston actually got suspended, like for real.
Oh yeah, he fucking fucked up somebody in the back.
Him and Sammy Guevara got into it.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'd fuck up Sammy Guevara too. He's like Sammy Guevara has a punchable face.
He does have a very punchable face.
Yeah.
But left an open contract in the ring for a title match was picked up by AEW road agent Ace Steel.
He trained Punk.
No opponent yet.
This is still bad. It is all right. So right now,
this is really bad. Yeah, we have a little over an hour before the end of Dynamite,
and we don't know who's going in.
And we still have no idea what the main event is for their pay-per-view, which is this Sunday.
Yeah. It's bad enough that you literally have, so in lieu of that, your biggest title line is the AEW women's title, and you don't even have the actual women's champion because Thunder Rosa got injured. And so now you have to do a fatal four-way for another interim championship. Okay, so which isn't a bad thing, but your interim title match Fatal 4-Way, Toni Storm, the American Blonde's favorite wrestler, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Jamie Hayter, who actually gets a title shot for once, and Hikaru Shida, who apparently is still dating Kenny Omega, because that's the reason she got a title shot, probably.
She gets what?
Hikaru Shida.
Ricky, did I lose you?
Hopefully you didn't lose me.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to go on my rant again about how Hikaru Shida somehow finds her way into the title picture again?
No, that pretty much covers it.
So in lieu of having a world title to talk about, because we have no idea what the fuck's going on with that, who wins this interim women's championship match?
A lot of people are saying Toni Storm. I wouldn't mind seeing Toni Storm, but come on, guys.
It's Britt.
Your champion's down, your division's in shambles, you're giving it to the DMD.
Yeah. She's the only one that's been proven to carry that dead of a division.
Yeah, Excalibur, the first two-time women's champion in AEW history. It makes sense. She deserves it. She hasn't done anything since she lost the title, at all.
No.
Hey, has she wrestled what, 3 matches maybe?
Something.
I don't know, but yeah, you gotta give it a Brit.
I would be surprised if they put on anybody else. Tony's a favorite. I'll tell you that, because who doesn't want to see Toni with world title, and she's already half naked online all the time anyways.
That's true.
Yeah. But
God bless her.
Yeah, yes, very true. Bless Juice Robinson too. But if you need somebody to in the interim, keyword interim, you want somebody in the interim to keep this lifeless division somewhat relevant, you put it on DMD.
Yeah, dude, the division is trash. It's such trash.
Which is a shame, and which is an absolute shame with all that talent in that division. But in my opinion, your best and your biggest, besides Britt Baker, outside of Britt Baker, DMD, who has solidified herself as a good marketable face for the company, your other best performer is stuck holding the other title, and they haven't brought her up yet.
That's okay. Jade can hold that other title forever.
Mm-hmm. But at some point, she needs to go for that world title.
Yeah, for sure. But Jade's still green. Let's not forget.
Mm-hmm. So you think they're trying to just protect her?
Yeah, just let her hold that title forever.
Mm-hmm.
Have her hold it for a fucking year, dude. No one's held a title in AEW for a year. That's a good milestone for her to get.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you want to make her a Goldberg, just make her a fucking Goldberg. But she needs to learn how to work before she go for that main title.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, DMD's gonna hold this down. Moving on, there's a lot of matches on this card, by the way, so we're going to try to work through this as best as we can.
Jaquan called Sammy Guevara a twink. What a word.
Yeah, so Will's favorite tag team, The Acclaim, is going up for the AEW World Tag Team Championships versus Swerve in Our Glory.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, this is gonna. Looks like it's gonna be a fun match.
Yeah. Good for them. Hell yeah! I'm not buying this pay-per-view, but hell yeah!
Yeah, I think they're gonna be. I think it's gonna be a fun match. I don't think they're winning. I think Swerve in Our Glory is way too hot for them to drop those titles.
Tony Khan is gonna make them not regret leaving WWE. Of course, they're gonna keep the titles.
Oh yeah, Swerve in Our Glory is gonna stick around. They're good. They're fun together.
They're in the contract. They're not going nowhere.
Oh yeah, no, we're not going anywhere. Unless something wild happens, but I don't think they're going anywhere at all. But I like that they're giving The Acclaimed a shot. We'll see what they wrap to the ring to.
Dude, their raps are really good.
They're okay.
I think it's better than Top Dollar.
I don't know. I don't know who's hotter than Top Dollar, not Nada.
And I know Top Dollar is an actual rapper.
And apparently former NFL athlete, which I was not aware of.
I didn't know that either. I believe it though. He's huge.
Yeah, he's fucking massive.
I know Hit Row, they actually produced their own music.
Yeah, BFAB I think was the first one.
Yeah, but I actually like The Acclaim's raps better.
They're punchliney. I
know it's a
campy version of rap. But I get it.
It's rap battle.
Yeah,
rap battle.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Every now and then, I'll get in a streak on YouTube. I resubscribe to King of the Dot and just watch rap battles.
Yeah, underground rap battles are amazing.
Dude, I fucking love rap battles. If you don't tell me you don't love Disaster, You got a problem. He's a ghostwriter for Drake. I bet you didn't know that. You probably knew that, but people out there, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Kip Sabian versus Pac for the All Atlantic title. That's probably.
God damn it! I got to resubscribe to King of the Dot.
Well, let's move on. Let's move on here. Speaking of Jade and the baddie that she is, Jade's putting the TBS title on the line against Athena, formerly known as Ember Moon. I'm very excited for this match. If there's somebody who can, who's a good test for Jade to see where she's at, it'll be Athena.
I guess, sure. Dude, like I don't know if I don't watch Dynamite like religiously, or I haven't watched Rampage since like the 4th episode. So I don't really know what else is going on in their women's division, but I have noticed. I think it was Matt Men actually who noticed this, but or Matt Men's chat room. It was the women go on at 9:20.
Yeah.
Every single Dynamite.
What?
Which is the lowest part of their ratings.
Wow.
So they stick them in like the dead zone. They pretty much just stick their women in the dead zone.
Wow.
It's just to pass time. I mean, I don't blame it, dude. Their roster's stacked. Honestly, dude, unpopular opinion, but I don't care.
Okay.
You want to make AEW a better show and have people not be so mad about how their talent are being used? Get rid of the women's division. The whole thing. All of it. You want to get like Aleister Black on TV every single week. You want to get D. Bryan, Eddie Kinks. You want to get all these people on TV every single week without you complaining about it. Just scrap the women's division completely. AEW would be a much better product because they're not doing it good enough at all. Other than Jade, really, they're just not. They stick them in the worst time slot. They don't give them any attention. They're only doing it because they have to. And I do believe they want to. I believe Kenny wants it to be good. I shouldn't say they do it because they want to, but like their roster's too big and too talented that everybody overshadows the women, all of them, and they honestly do. They don't deserve the TV time. That's what they deserve, that 9:20 spot, because they're not that good.
With all that talent on that roster, like you see, Ember Moon or Athena, as I like.
Sure.
Ember Moon,
sure, but they're not as good as the indie darlings the internet wants to see more of. They're not better than House of Black. They're not better than Darby Allin.
I don't know if that's a fair comparison to them.
No, in terms of who deserves TV time, not in terms of physical ability, athletic ability. I'm talking in terms of like business and TV and making money. Thank you.
Gotcha. I understand where you're coming from.
In terms of who deserves TV, no, it's not fair to compare them athletically as wrestlers or characters, anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in comparison of who deserves the time slot.
Of who's getting who's the push and all that stuff.
Yeah, who deserves the push. And it's not the women. And some of it's their fault, some of it's not their fault. It's just that the AEW talent roster is so deep.
It's dense.
That so many people getting misviewed.
Yeah.
Because they can't have a wrestling company without women because of all the heat and backlash they would get from the entire internet, including this podcast.
Yeah.
K Murphy would lose their shit.
But also, it's one of the foundations that they wanted to, stake their claim to as well.
Yeah, which fine, I get it.
Yeah,
but that comes at a price.
Yeah, their roster is too, like, for all the things they wanted to do from the jump. There's too many people to complete all of those tasks.
Yeah.
And in an industry which is white male dominated, they're not always want to go see female wrestlers. Like, in the grand scheme of things, women wrestling being a draw is a fairly new concept.
Oh yeah,
it's fairly new concept.
It's very hard to pull off. It's very, very difficult. TNA did it 10 years ago.
Yeah,
but they won a draw. They won a draw because TNA wasn't a draw. That wasn't the women's fault. They were the shine. They were the highlight. They were the show stealers back then.
Yeah, their women's division is still pretty strong. Every time I catch it,
WWE can do it. That's because they have also all the good women are in WWE. That's another problem.
Yeah.
Like, all the top of the women, like, Ember Moon's great, or Athena's great, Ruby Soho's great, but they can't compete with House of Black, who needs more TV time.
Yeah.
They can't compete with these young guys. They can't compete with Will Hobbs, who they're trying to build.
Powerhouse
Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like, these people, these talent, the future of your company, even like Jericho's group, Garcia, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
Like they're getting time because they deserve the time, but even they're taking away from other people. It's just like you got to cut corners somewhere.
Someone's got to go. Someone's got to get cut. There's got to be a happy balance. You also have to, there's really no other way around it. And what is it? Jade does her best on social media to garner attention, and I think she does the best at it of using her resources.
Yeah, she's very clever. Again, like the baddie section, I think that's all her.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's very clever, and TK's smart enough to run with it.
Yeah. And that's amazing. That's when it gets you noticed. And sometimes, in wrestling, you got to think out of the box. Like, Zack Ryder didn't get noticed until he went on the internet.
Yeah. And I mean, Britt Baker's a star. Don't get me wrong. She was a draw. She was a draw for sure.
She was a draw.
She wasn't a main event draw, but she deserved her TV time.
She pushed her way into TV
Hands
time.
down.
Yeah. Because and I mean, maybe I think she had the charisma, like she has when you see her on TV, she does have a presence, but she also talks the talk.
And she did it without Adam Cole being in the company.
Correct. Which
is big because Adam Cole has a lot of weight with the higher ups.
Of course.
He's a massive star and they're dating. So she did all that. The fact that she did it without him
being there,
is a bigger compliment to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she needs to go to WWE immediately.
Oh no, absolutely. She deserves to be there. She's got her character is made for WWE.
Yeah.
Absolutely made for it. And at this point, what the fuck else is she gonna do in AEW?
Yeah.
Like because seriously, what are you gonna
do? I truly don't believe there's room in AEW for a strong women's division. I just don't think it's possible.
There's too many men that they signed.
There's too many cooks.
Yeah.
There's too many cooks.
I agree. And it's a shame. It's a shame because there's a lot of talent that can be developed into becoming good female wrestlers, but who are they going to push? It's one of those. Yeah, it becomes a really, really clever marketing system. But back to this, Jade's winning, by the way. Just in case you were wondering, Jade is winning this. Let's move forward to the AEW World Trios Championship Tournament, a.k.a. Kenny and the Bucks versus Will Ospreay and the team known as Aussie Open for the AEW World Trios. So it's like their 20th title in AEW. I don't fucking know. Is there any way, Will, that Kenny and the Bucks don't win this title?
Yes. Who are they up against?
Will Ospreay and
Will Ospreay.
Aussie Open.
No, he's not part of the company.
Yeah, no.
No, Kenny and the Bucks all the way. You're right.
Did you hear what? Did you see Kevin Nash's little
little
rip?
Yeah, him and Will Ospreay went at it, dude. I mean, Kevin Nash was right.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, Will Ospreay had a good dig at him, but just like you didn't. Ooh, you got him. Good one, Will. Like you kind of you deflected.
Yeah, deflected.
Yeah,
deflected.
Yeah. So you didn't address what he was addressing, but good, funny. Yeah. Internet troll, got him.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and I think that's what a lot of marks really need to realize. Like, you can love all your indie darlings all you want, but are they pushing merchandise? Are they selling?
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Although Will Ospreay had his chances to go to the States, and he chose not to.
And that's also not a fair comparison. Are they pushing the merch? Because who is AEW's merch partner?
What the fuck? Pro Wrestling Tees.
Exactly. Who's WWE's merch partner?
Fanatics.
Everyone else.
And Fanatics.
Everyone else. Literally everyone else. Like, it's not a fair comparison to make, because if Will Ospreay was in WWE, he'd be pushing merch. Like, whoever's not pushing, like the top people who aren't pushing merch in AEW would be pushing massive merch in WWE. Massive
look at
merch.
Cody. Cody was the top.
Look at Cody.
Cody.
Exactly.
Cody became a top merch getter in like a week.
So the fact that he's not pushing merch, like, yeah, Kevin Nash, you're right. It's funny, and you're such a jaded old man. I love it.
I love old Kevin Nash. Old Kevin Nash is amazing.
It's not as fair as a comparison as you're making it out to be, if I'm being fair to Will Ospreay.
Listen, man, I love old Kevin. I hope old Kevin Nash gets a position in WWE. Look, I love me some old Kevin Nash. He does not give a fuck anymore.
Dude, like Kevin Nash is like head of security for all of WWE. It's like, whatever, dude. Like you my friend, you need a job. You're going through a divorce again. Fine.
But yeah, Kenny and the Bucks winning with trios title. Yay for them. Moving on, there's another trios match that has nothing to do with titles, just for the sake of having a match. It's Wardlow and FTR versus Jay Lethal and from Impact Wrestling, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Dude, I am so sick of Jay Lethal and the giant Indian dude and the little Indian dude. You know what? You know who needs to be cut from TV? All of that. How are they losing TV? How are they beating out House of Black with TV time?
House of Black isn't even on this card.
That's what I mean. How are they beating Darby with TV time, who was feuding with House of Black previously? Or like the Lucha Bros, if one of them isn't hurt again.
I love the Lucha Bros. They're just hurt all the time.
Like, how is when was Jay Lethal ever a draw?
When he was Black Machismo?
I said a draw, not entertaining.
Aren't draws entertaining?
I guess. I mean, did Jay Lethal did Black Machismo really push numbers for TNA?
Or Ring of Honor?
Or Ring of Honor? I mean, hey, TNA back then was doing like 300,000, 400,000 an episode.
Really?
Maybe a little more back then. Yeah, they were getting like current Raw numbers. Or better than current Raw numbers back then.
No, Raw's still in the millions, I think. Or SmackDown or Raw was in the millions. But this is just a trios match for the sake of a trios match. I mean, the Motor City Machine Guns are fucking ageless. These guys are fucking ridiculous. They're great, but I just don't see them being Wardlow and FTR, because FTR's FTR. They're fucking a top 10 tag team of all time.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
And Wardlow's there just to beat the shit out of people. I'm looking mean.
Dude, Wardlow, I don't know what it is, but I'm very meh on Wardlow.
I don't blame you.
Dude, it's like when you get what you want something else.
Yeah.
That's what I feel with Wardlow.
Yeah, MJF really made his character, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
MJF really made his character. I'm going FTR and Wardlow here. I think Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns will put on a show, because that's just what they fucking do, especially MCMG. Yeah. But FTR and Wardlow are going to win this. So,
and TK has a knack for pushing his own talent, which is exactly what
you're
supposed
to do. Yeah.
Like, this isn't a crossover. You can bring people in to lose. It's Mark should go, ooh, I'll pay for that.
Mm-hmm. It's just based on the possibility. All right, so Mr. Fred says the title match is set for AEW's All Out. Finally, something we can talk about. Mr. Fred, please reveal to us what exactly is the title match for AEW's All Out. You know, the reason people should be buying this product on Sunday. And as Fred figures this out, let's move on to another match. These are, besides the title matches, we have Jungle Boy versus Christian Cage.
That's gonna be great.
So,
that's gonna be
fill
great.
Fill me in, Will, because I know Christian has been going off on Jungle Boy. Like, he's been like kind of like almost shooting on him. Is that correct?
He was, and then now since Jungle Boy come back, Christian's been on the defensive. He's been like a whiny bitch heel.
Mm-hmm.
And Jungle Boy's been on TV saying shit, bitch, and pussy a lot.
So
he wore a t-shirt that said Christian is a pussy on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And the network execs were like, all right, guys, like, tone it back a little bit. Because, no, that is, honestly, dude, AEW does say shit too much. Especially, like, because they can say it, and they say bitch too much.
Mm-hmm. Aren't they allowed to say it after a certain hour?
No, it's TV 14. You're just allowed to say it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're just allowed to say it.
But they're overusing it, is what you're saying.
I think so. Like, I get it. This is how people talk. It's believable. But it's just like, guys, it's still TV. It's like, you know, like, you ever meet a teenager who swears because he thinks it's cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's what AEW feels like to me sometimes when they swear too much.
I see that.
That's coming from a guy who swears all the fucking time. I love swearing.
It's a Northeastern.
I love swearing. It is the Northeastern in me. God damn it. You still don't be throwing shit at me.
As his girlfriend throws shit at him.
Goldfish. How dare you?
Don't waste goldfish. What the hell?
I don't waste goldfish.
Yeah, seriously.
Although, Vicky, they're not even pizza goldfish.
Wait, it's a pizza goldfish that she's ruining?
No, they're regular cheddar.
Oh, okay. Pizza goldfish is is a delicacy in and of itself.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. You should have bought pizza goldfish. You fuck up.
Okay, so besides the fact that I think Jungle Boy's beating Christian Cage, according to Mr. Fretz, the world title match is set, and surprise, surprise, it's Punk versus Mox. Who fucking knew? So according to,
This is Chicago block. God damn it, CM Punk.
yeah, Punk and
Okay.
Punk and have a lot of self-doubt saying he let people down.
Did he call out Hangman first, Fretz? Just tell me that. Or did he call out did he call out like Darby Allin for like looking at his wife funny or something? Stayed at his wife's ass for a little too long. I mean, it's AJ. She got cake.
Yeah,
Man.
AJ's amazing.
Have you seen AJ lately? God damn! Just give me those eyes. I forgot I'm all alone doing this podcast.
No Hangman mentioned. So, all right, the world title match is Punk versus Mox in Chicago, like it was going to be, but we kind of already unified with title on TV last week, so we're going to do it again on Sunday to figure out who the real champion is, even though we figured out it was Mox last week. So I've lost all investment in this feud, to be honest with you, after last week.
Punk and Mox? Yeah, sour grapes, that's for sure. So apparently the backstage hoopla is the squash was Mox's idea. Because surprising, right?
Yeah.
Because he was like, you got to keep the fans on their toes. They're expecting a 30-minute barn burner every single time. They're gonna get bored of it. You got to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, still bored.
To which,
still bored.
To which, I can get that logic.
Yeah.
But the execution, good on paper, didn't work.
Yeah.
What'd you learn?
I think you save it. Even, squash or not, this had the potential to be one of your biggest matches in the history of your company. The interim champion versus the returning champion who's returning in his hometown of Chicago. That's the match. Yeah. Why put it on essentially free TV and Dynamite? I know we had this argument last week that said, they're trying to pop a rating. I get that.
It didn't work. But here's the thing. I said it depends how it plays out. You were right. Yeah. You were right in this situation. You were completely right. So I'll take that L. Not often I admit an L, but I'll take that L. They should have, because they overcomplicated it.
Absolutely.
They overcomplicated it.
You could have easily done not a squash. I could have done another face-off or something, or Punk. You could have had Mox attack Punk to get sympathy for Punk. Punk's already coming in as a babyface. You got Mox as like the no give a shit, and you can do the same thing where Punk kind of injures himself a little bit. You don't know if he's going to be able to wrestle at Chicago, and then he comes out this week and does his passionate speech. And you save that for you, but they should have never have thrown fists or put on a match until you lead up to that pay-per-view. Or until that payper-view happens.
Yeah.
Keep them away from each other.
I mean, listen, they're still a young company. They've only been around, it'll be 4 years in October, and 2 of them were pandemic years.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going through a bit of a rough patch right now, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But I'm not ready to write them off.
No, I'm not. I'm not. They still have a lot of momentum. Like their match card isn't bad. It's long as fuck, but it's not bad.
Yeah. Thank God Martha Hart's not on there.
Yeah, it'd be a 7-hour show.
I mean, also, they put too much attention on partnerships. Like this is something we've talked about previously as well.
Oh yeah, everybody's in a group.
Everyone, not just that. I'm saying like partnerships with TNA, partnerships with New Japan, partnerships with Ring of Honor, where it's just like, okay, you're trying to do so much with other people, you got to focus on yourself. They forgot to focus on themselves. Like when they go back to their own programming, without help from other companies, it's kind of like, oh fuck.
Mm-hmm. They're like, trying to be like the indie savior. Like I think I mentioned this a couple of years ago. Like where at some point you got to figure out: do you want to be the indie super show, or do you want to be a show that's going to try to compete with the top wrestling program of all time? Like you're not going to be able to do both. Like, partnerships are cool or whatever, bring people in here and there, but like you said, when they go back to just being them, you got to figure out exactly what are they.
Yeah, I've had this like metaphor or saying or euphemism, whatever the hell it's called, in my brain the past like 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
If you try and do both, you end up doing neither.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And it's like, fuck. That's kind of, I'm just like, yeah, that applies to my life in a few different ways right now. If you try and do both, you end up doing neither.
Yeah, and so you really got to figure out their true identity outside of partnering with everybody and bringing everybody in. Like, I understand the Forbidden Door thing was a cool thing, but eventually close the fucking door. You know, close the door and work with the people that you have.
Yeah, dude. It's like you close it for a little bit, come back. It's right. You don't go to the same fast food place every time you want fast food.
No,
mix it up a little bit. Like I left the studio a few weeks ago, and I was just like looking for food, and I was like, oh, Checkers. I was like, is there a Checkers near me? And there was.
Nice.
And there was, and I did, and it was a fantastic. I had to go to Patterson for it, so it was a little sketchy.
But still,
name me a Checkers that isn't in a sketchy location.
Touche.
And it would, you know what? It was worth it.
Oh my god!
So good.
I haven't had Checkers since I moved because there's none to buy me. But oh man,
I know it's because you don't live in a sketchy area anymore.
That's true.
Why people don't go to Checkers?
They don't. They
should just close the Johnny Rockets, put a Checkers in Hoboken.
People would go nuts.
Like, what is this Checkers? What is this place?
2 for $5 burgers every day?
Glorious.
People lose their minds. All right, move on.
Checkers is amazing. But every now and then you walk through that door.
Yeah. Moving on. All right, so we're almost done with All Out, even though it's gonna be a long fucking show. Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, versus Lionheart Chris Jericho.
This could have been a TV feud.
Yeah.
Although no, I take it back. You need these two in the pay-per-view. I lied.
You
These guys sell.
Yeah, it bells. Bryan Danielson.
Daniel. Yeah.
That's all you need to be said. We've seen this feud before in WWE. Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs. I'm very interested in this match. 2 up-and-coming guys who've been up-and-coming for a while, and now they get to face off against each other. In a match with All Out.
They're really high on Ricky Starks. They really want him to be a babyface, and I think if he doesn't try too hard, he can do it.
He was going to be signed to NXT. You know that, right? I think I mentioned that.
I did not know that.
If Regal hadn't gotten fired, he was going to sign Ricky Starks to NXT.
He's a great talent. He's got all the tools, as JR would say.
Yeah. And
normally that's like a touch of death when they say that on TV about you.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time they say it about someone, they never really pan out.
Mm-hmm.
But Ricky Starks, I think, is someone who can pan out. He's a great heel.
Yeah.
And I think he can be a really good babyface. That all being said, I think Powerhouse Hobbs gets the win. You need some sympathy on a babyface.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Powerhouse Hobbs will get this. Just based on look alone, just looking at him, he should be able to dominate Ricky Starks. And I think you tease that Ricky Starks could beat him, but I think Powerhouse literally just overpowers him at the end.
I think one day you could see MJF and Ricky Starks be a really, really good feud.
Okay.
Because they're both interchangeable as face and heel.
Yeah.
I think MJF is going to make a great babyface if he comes back in Chicago.
If he comes back. That is a big if at this point.
Well, Chicago will boo him, but everywhere else will cheer him.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll get the hero's welcome everywhere else except for Chicago. Moving on to a match that we don't even know who the fuck's in it. The casino ladder match. Because they always have to do something casino style for this.
God damn it. Do we have to?
Yes, it's a casino ladder match. Winner gets who the fuck knows.
Winner gets a title to be named later.
Yeah, to get the brand new AEW Casino Battle Royale Ladder Match Championship. I don't fucking know. This is a match with contestants. We don't know who's even going to fucking be in it or on it. It's there. So who wins this in a match who we don't know is even fucking competing?
Miro.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure. We also have Kip Sabian versus Pac for all Atlantic titles also supposed to be on the card as well.
Kip who?
Kip's exactly.
Yeah. Who gives a shit?
Pac wins.
Pac who?
The guy formerly known as Neville. Remember he came?
Cool.
He used to come out to the ring in a cape.
Yeah, I remember. How could I forget?
Yeah, purple cape. Purple
He
cape.
did have a purple cape. It's so true.
And then also on what they're calling 0 Hour, which is their pre-show, Eddie Kingston gets a match. He'll be back from suspension, and it's going to be Eddie Kingston versus Tomohiro Ishii from New Japan.
He's gonna lose.
You think Ishii's beating Kingston?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the pre-show. Who cares?
Yeah, it's called 0 Hour. So, I can never bet against Eddie. I love me some Eddie Kingston. I'm not gonna lie. But that's all we have for the All Out card. Again, it's probably the longest card that is going to be on the show. But thank God it's Labor Day, so you can stay up all night, folks. Woohoo! That's going to happen around 7 o'clock is the pre-show. 8 o'clock is going to be the main card. How good do you think this pay-per-view is going to be, Will?
I'm not going to watch it. I'm not. It's going to air on Sunday. I'm not back in town till the following Sunday, and by that time, who cares?
Yeah.
Probably 6.5. I don't have high hopes for this.
The problem is, like, when you book something as big as this, and it's supposed to be your biggest show of the year, everything has to center around your main event. And if your main event is not up to snuff, or up until 10 minutes ago, non-fucking existent, how do you expect the rest of the card to be?
Yeah, pretty poopy.
You know, I can't go higher than a 7 for them. And that's me being generous, I think.
Nope, I lose you again.
I hope not.
Ricky.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Okay, you're back. We're back.
Yeah,
Keep going. We're back. Just keep talking.
I'm gonna keep talking for you. So
I told you, man. 5 channels. Check your internet.
I'm still good. I'm rocking, man. I have not lost.
We're good on YouTube. We're still good on Twitch. We're good everywhere.
Yeah, we're good everywhere, dude. We're good. I think it's yours.
Skype.
Yeah.
Could you bring Zoom into OBS? I think you can bring Zoom into OBS.
Maybe.
If we could do Zoom instead, we should totally do Zoom instead.
Maybe we'll have to figure it out. Because I don't know. Do I have to buy like a subscription for Zoom if it's gonna be like more than 2 people?
I have one.
You do?
Yeah, we use APSs.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to figure it out another time we're all back together. But now, NXT Worlds Collide is going to be happening Sunday afternoon, so you don't have to miss All Out at all. So they're not competing against All Out. They are going to be on Sunday afternoon at 4. So to recap, folks, Clash of the Castle Saturday at 1, NXT Worlds Collide Sunday at 4, AEW All Out pre-show at 7, main card starting at 8 o'clock. And NXT Worlds Collide is going to be interesting because, like we mentioned last week, NXT UK is not actually going on the back burner as they would assume. It's going to be replaced by NXT Europe. Point blank, period. They've made that pretty clear in all of their booking, in all of their discussions that they've had on NXT recently. NXT UK is no more. All the NXT UK talent that they wanted to bring over are all going to be in NXT, and I don't know if they're going to be waiting in the waters or whatever, but NXT UK is going to be replaced by NXT Europe when that is up and ready to go. So what do you do with all of your world titles now that are now?
You throw them out.
Well, you either throw them out.
You put them in the warehouse next to the SmackDown fist.
Well,
you know what you do? You know what you do? How many titles are there? 5. You put one on each finger.
Okay. You
put one on each finger of the fist.
You want to hear something funny about that? The SmackDown fist is actually supposed to be the Big Show's fist.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it.
It's supposed to be the Big Show's fist. But here's what you actually do with the title. You unify all of them. So a bunch of matches on this are going to be unification matches. For instance, such as the winner-take-all main event between Braun Breaker and that big, strong boy, Tyler Bate, the 2-time, and the only 2-time NXT UK champion. The first NXT UK champion and the last NXT UK champion is Tyler Bate. And so this is your main event, the big, strong boy, Tyler Bate, versus Braun Breaker, winner-take-all, in essentially a title unification.
It's a great main event.
Yeah.
That's a really good main event.
You know why? Because I can see...
I like the logo, too.
I did, too. I can see Tyler Bate beating Braun Breaker.
And Tyler comes over to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, dude.
Well, they're going to be in NXT regardless until NXT Europe becomes a thing, and then they might move him back.
Well, I mean, you used to watch NXT Weekly?
I did. I haven't watched this past weeks. I kind of know what happened.
Like semi-weekly? Okay.
Semi-weekly, because you know what? It's on my I can watch it on demand.
Is Braun Breaker ready
to move?
The main roster.
Not yet. He's not yet.
And
even then, I don't know what you would do with him.
I say Breaker wins then.
Mm-hmm. Like even then, even if you did move him,
especially since there's rumors Strowman's coming back, you can't have two Brauns.
That would be really funny. Wait. Jaquan, what happened? Who's you and her? Wait, I totally got sidetracked. Jaquan said, I got timed out on another stream for roasting her ass. I'm back. It's nothing bad. Me and her are actually cool, though. Who are you talking about, Jaquan? Are you talking about the biddy from the floor below you? Like, what is going on?
I can't believe you used the word biddy.
I'm sorry. Is that showing my age?
It is, but you know what? We gotta bring it back, dude.
I love the word biddy.
Everyone call your local Gen Z you know and tell them about the word biddy. Y'all know one. Call them.
Anywho, yeah, I'm excited for this. I can see Tyler winning. Like, no matter what happens, neither of them are going up to the roster anytime soon. I think they're staying in UK, so I still think I like the idea of Tyler beating Breaker. Because I like Tyler a little bit more than Braun.
Fair enough.
You know, I kind of like that idea, and I want to see what Tyler would do in his run on NXT. I think he's good enough to pull it off, and you got to give Braun Breaker some adversity. You know what I mean? They're Goldberging him a little bit, which is fine, but I got to see him with some adversity.
As long as he's over.
Yeah. Which I think he'll be fine with that. So that's one unification match. The other unification match is this motherfucker right here. Okay, so you have Mandy Rose, the dame that she is, versus Blair Davenport, who was formerly the #1 contender for the NXT UK Women's title, versus Miko Satomura, the NXT UK Women's Champion, also known as her nickname across all of wrestling is the Final Boss. She is so renowned. She has not wrestled stateside in 5 years. Well, I'll tell you how renowned she is. When Sasha took her break and went to find herself and stuff, she went to Japan and trained with Miko Satomura.
That's right. I remember. Yeah, I remember. That was part of Sasha's something story or whatever.
Yeah. It was 24 or some shit like that. Yeah, she
went to Japan and fell in love with wrestling again.
Yeah, and she trained with Miko Satomura, so she is that much of a badass of a woman that she is revered in all of wrestling, probably revered higher than Asuka, and that's saying a lot. You know, and I can easily see Miko Satomura beating both of them. I've never seen her matches full out, but I'm also excited to see her wrestle, like a full match. I always miss NXT UK, just work and shit. So I'm excited to see her, but just on fame and everything alone and just reverence, I can see Miko Satomura beating both of them.
Sure, why not?
You know, Mandy has a good run, but you got to give Mandy something to do. And Blair Davenport's not ready yet. Although she's a good feud. What's cool about this unification is that it's a triple threat as well.
Mandy might be needed on the main roster again.
If you want to bring Toxic up, sure. I think the main roster women need more women, especially on SmackDown.
Need more it's kind of weird to say they need more talented women. I'm saying Mandy Rose. Can
that's
wrestle?
Weird, right?
Can she wrestle now?
She does wrestle.
Yeah, she's good at it though.
She's better. I wouldn't say she's good. I'd say she's better.
Yeah.
But she also has the faction to help her out too. You know what I mean?
That's
so it kind of hides some of the stuff that she's not good at.
She does look good as brunette, though.
Oh my god, she came. Make sure your girlfriend's not listening. She she came out on NXT the other week in like a black bodysuit and high heels.
Nice, nice. I'll Google that one.
So yeah, I'm going to Amiko here. Let's move on to other NXT Worlds Collide stuff. Stop doing things with your girlfriend, Will.
It's just a hair tie.
Here is might be a surprise because guess who showed up on NXT? Will Ricochet.
God, of course he did. Hope he stays there. Hope we have a Ricochet's back.
Ricochet showed up on NXT, and here's the thing, Will. He is going to be challenging Carmelo Hayes for the North American Championship.
It'll be fun. It's Ricochet versus a better Ricochet.
Versus a more hood. It's Nerd Ricochet versus Hood Ricochet.
I can fuck with that.
I think it's good. I mean, Carmelo Hayes is the last great indie talent WWE signed before they switched, their recruiting tactics.
We interviewed him too, right?
No, we sponsored his match. We sponsored his final match on the Indies.
That's right. Good for us. Gold star for the Kings of the Ring.
He also follows us on social media as a thank you as well. So thank you, Carmelo Hayes, the A champion. I'm excited. These guys are both athletic. This could be Rock Austin for light skins. That is very true to Quan. That is very, very true.
Rock Austin for light skins. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I expect this to be in show stealer completely. I think these guys are going to put on a great show. Because also, another reason that, sending down main roster talent to NXT helps, but it also, I think I've said before, it also helps you gauge how ready some of these talents are. And I think this is a message being sent to Carmelo Hayes. Be like, hey, we think you might be good enough to now start going on the road for Raw and SmackDown. We're going to send one of our talent down there to kind of assess you.
Would have been better if it was AJ, but yeah, sure.
I get that, but Ricochet's a good start.
And Triple H does love Ricochet too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think this is what exactly it is. But also, I also get the shared universe vibe a lot now with WWE, where you're seeing people show up in different places. By the way, also, Dexter Lumis showed up on NXT the other week.
I heard him and Indy had a live sex celebration.
No, it wasn't that close, but but it was good. It was good. It's the greatest thing next to Elizabeth and Macho Man getting back together.
Sure.
And then he got arrested. He got arrested on NXT TV. And Miz won't talk about what happened to him, which I find hysterical as well.
Oh, Miz is back?
Miz came back. Miz didn't want to talk about what happened to him, and then Miz they did a really cool scene. I won't ruin it for you, but I'll tell you a little bit later. But let's get back to this. Dude. Carmelo versus Ricochet. Carmelo Hayes is winning.
Yes, of course.
They're gonna put on a fucking show, but Carmelo Hayes is winning, and the fact that it's Ricochet coming down to a match with Carmelo Hayes really goes to the Worlds Collide kind of concept. It's like, oh, this person's showing up. It's like it's a one-off. It's a one-timer, but it's cool to see.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'll allow it. But Carmelo Hayes is winning. Speaking of Worlds Colliding, we now also have to unify the tag titles as well. So you have Gallus, who just showed up the other week, versus Pretty Deadly, former NXT UK and former NXT Tag Champions, versus the Creed Brothers, who are of Diamond Mine, who are the current NXT Tag Champions, versus Brooks and Jensen, the current NXT European Champions. In a fatal 4-way tag team unification match. I have no clue who wins this. There's a lot of moving parts.
The pair of white guys. How about that one?
So Briggs and Jensen is what you're saying.
Sure.
We interviewed Josh Briggs. No, so that gives us points.
Josh Briggs, man, what that poor guy. That I'm telling you that
it's the hip injury.
The hip injury we saw him get that ended his career.
Well, it ended the way that he wrestled when he was on the Indies with us. And if you saw Josh Briggs on the Indies prior to the hip injury,
dude,
unreal.
He was lean.
Yeah,
he was lean. He was mean, and he had great hair.
And he used to scream, "I don't like you" in everybody's face.
Yeah, remember Bo Bice from American Idol?
Yes.
It's like if Bo Bice was a giant jacked wrestler. He had Bo Bice's hair.
Yeah, I mean,
What a reference.
we
You know who Bo Bice is.
yeah, right.
Congratulations. I mean, Google Bo Bice, see how he's doing.
Yeah, and like I said, man, if we have an interview with Josh Briggs, it's in our archives somewhere. It's a great interview. It's a great interview. Great guy, great down to earth guy. Um, I'm just glad he's still wrestling because like we were there when he separated his hip. Like,
Yeah, that was so sad.
yeah, it was scary.
Well, apparently the last time Bo Bice was in the news, he was outraged after Popeye's employee calls him white boy, and that was in 2017. You know what, Bo? Fucking get over it.
I'm surprised they don't do Heritage versus North American 2 to Quan, but the fact that Heritage is a fucking trophy and not a championship belt kind of defeats the purpose of unifying. I don't think you can unify a belt and a cup at the same time. But back to this tag team championship unification, fatal four-way, that's a mouthful. I'm going Gallus. I think Gallus unifies the titles. At least one UK talent is keeping their titles. I already picked two, but I'm going to say Gallus is winning these titles and unifying them.
Oh no, Ricky, I lost you again. Where'd you go?
I didn't go anywhere. I'm right here.
There you are.
I
I lost you for a second.
That's all new, dude.
All right, dude, I'm posting a picture of Bo Bice in the chat. All right.
Thank you for that.
It's in a Discord. General King's Talk. It's Bo Bice. Tell me it doesn't look like Josh Briggs. At least it used to. Look at that little half smile.
Oh, let me see. Hold on, I gotta restart my phone because my operating system was updating itself.
Dude, I'm so done with Worlds Collide. I don't care.
Well,
what's the rest of this? Hurry up.
It's your girls. It's your girl Kaden at least. Kaden and Katana are putting their tag titles on the line against Dewdrop and Nikki ASH because they need something to do.
I do love Kaden. Her Instagram is a worthy follow. It's like, dude, do you do anything else other than party?
The same thing on her TikTok too. All they do is party and bullshit.
Dude, also, have you been following these Leo memes?
These Leo? No, I'm not.
DiCaprio dumped his girlfriend.
Oh, that's why the Leo memes are coming out.
The 25-year-old. So it's just a picture of Leo. It's like when your girlfriend turns 26. It's like no, it's like your life insurance when you turn 26. It's a picture of Leo. It dropped.
Okay, this is the final thing we have on here. So I'm gonna say again, just like Dewdrop and Nikki ASH, it's one up. It's Worlds Colliding. You want to give some credence to Kaden and Katana to give them a good first title defense. So Team K, Kaden and Katana. We'll definitely win. So that is Worlds Collide. That's all we have for the Worlds Collide card as of right now. How good do you think this pay-per-view will be? So we said Clash of the Castle is probably going to be at an 8. Will, you said All Out is probably be a disappointing 6.5, and we all know the reasons why. So where does Worlds Collide sit in on your rankings for this weekend?
I'll give it a 6.5 as well.
Oh, going low for Worlds Collide.
Yeah, I don't watch NXT. I don't care.
I think you should. There's a lot of good stuff going on in NXT right now.
Yeah, but
they're a little crowded. I will say they're a little crowded, but
dude, I have a tough time watching Raw and SmackDown. All right, don't be throwing this shit on me.
I will tell you, they did have. I watched the Lights Out match that they had for these two women, Tiffany Stratton and Wendy Chu, and so they did their Lights Out match differently than when AEW did their Lights Out match. So their NXT's Lights Out match is a hardcore match where the main lights in the arena are off.
Cool.
And so they have essentially bedtime lights on. And this is the first time I've ever seen them done in NXT. So Wendy Chu is supposed to be this person who sleeps all the time. So she pulled out a pillow and socked her opponent with the pillow, but the pillow was loaded with small Lego pieces. And they dumped the small Lego. They dumped the small Lego pieces on the mat, and they were body slamming each other on it.
It would have been better if they were quarters.
Nah, you ever step on a Lego piece?
Yeah, it sucks. But a pillowcase full of quarters, dude, that would hurt way more.
No. She dumped the Lego pieces onto the mat after she hit her with it.
Right, I know. Yeah. I'm saying quarters would have been better to hit her with.
That's true, but still get body slammed with onto a fucking bed of Legos.
Yeah, they can't do tax, so they gotta do Legos.
I mean, I'd probably rather take a tack than a fucking Lego, dude.
I'll take the Lego. Legos won't make me bleed.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this Worlds Collide, depending on how the main event does. It might be on par with AEW. I'm gonna give it a 7. I might be a little bit higher. It might be a little bit higher than All Out. Essentially, I think All Out might be the worst match card in this weekend, and that's saying a lot. You know,
Unfortunate.
It is unfortunate because it's supposed to be their best card. This is your biggest show of the year. This is what you bank on, and it's floundering. I mean, that kind of includes is our future talk. What do you think is going to be the best and worst shows of the weekend? I think unanimously, I think Clash of the Castle is going to steal the Labor Day weekend. And right now, I think it is a toss-up between All Out and Worlds Collide. On paper, I'll say this. On paper, All Out should wipe the floor with Worlds Collide. On paper, but as you and I both said, well, it's all about execution.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. We will definitely see what happens. Ironically, we kept this under about an hour and a half, which thank God. We went through
hour 32.
Yeah, we did 3 pay-per-views in an hour and a half. Goodness fucking gracious. So I'm very proud of ourselves for that. So with that being said, we are done with our show. What do you guys think? What's going on this weekend and Labor Day? Leave some comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Do all of that fun stuff. Again, let's run through the schedule really quickly for everybody if you made it this far. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Saturday is Clash at the Castle. The next day, Sunday, 4 p.m., is NXT Worlds Collide. Then later on that night, starting at 7 is the 0 Hours, the All Out pre-show. And then at 8 o'clock is the All Out main card. Obviously, Peacock will be your home for Worlds Collide and Clash at the Castle. You're going to have to do a pay-per-view or Bleacher Report live for your All Out. Although the 0 Hour is going to be free streaming on all of your channels. If you want to get the main card for All Out, you will have to put down some money for that stuff. But that's all we got for this week. It's going to be a lot. Will is going to be away next week, so Taquan, we might have to garner your services. Please hit me up in a chat or something, because I am seriously thinking about having you on and everything. But do you have anything else to say, Will, before you burp your face off?
I'm good. Let's go with that.
I'm going to be running this post show by myself.
Yeah, nope. I'm not doing. I'm hopping up for the post show. No post show for me this week.
It's gonna be a 1-man post show, folks. This should be fucking interesting. But when we get there, folks, let's set up that outro music. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 306, where we went through a whole bunch of premium live events and pay-per-views, 3 to be exact: Worlds Collide, Clash at the Castle, and All Out. Of course, I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs. Of course, all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs, KOTR _podcast, where you can find us, Kings of the Rings podcast, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Twitch, on YouTube, Discord channel. All of the links to all of our stuff are in the description below. Like, share, subscribe, listen to us wherever you listen to all of your podcast stuff by subscribing not only to Midnight Music, but also to Wrestle Addict Radio, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at Addict_Wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. This is one of our biggest shows ever because we are simulcast in 5 different places all at once, and what a better way to do it than talking about 3 major freaking pay-per-views this Labor Day weekend. So sit back, relax, enjoy all that wrestling has to offer, and we'll be sure to talk about it next week when we come back. But Will Tearshock, what do you got for me?
I got all the West, dude. I gotta go crunch time, dude. I gotta get 2 podcasts finished by Saturday afternoon or Saturday night, so I can keep on schedule for Talk with Tearshock. But it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I dropped one today, recorded on Monday. Rick, you actually talked about you on that podcast.
Yeah, I was waiting. Weren't we supposed to do a show on Monday, or did that not happen?
No, I had to do it with Christian,
okay.
and we had other things to talk
Gotcha.
about. But when we get back, I'm gonna get you
all
on.
right.
But we brought up best advice our parents ever gave us.
Ooh.
And one of mine was, my mom's advice is always, you can be right or you can have friends. So it went right into, is it racist? So I ran through our whole debates with Christian to see what he would think. So it was interesting. Listen to it. I kind of threw under the bus a little bit, but it's all in good fun. But yeah, we'll bring you on. You can defend yourself, and it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, perfect, awesome. So when we come back next week, folks, Will's not going to be there. Probably top tier Taquan is going to be taking Will's place. K Murphy hopefully will be better and healthy enough to return to the show. We're going to talk about all of the fallout from Clash at the Castle, from Worlds Collide, as well as from All Out, whatever that shit show may be. But until then, folks, it's time for us to say and bid adieu. Enjoy Labor Day weekend. Enjoy all that wrestling has to offer. But until next week, folks, when All Worlds Clashing Out finishes, goodbye, good night, and fuck you, Slack.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see you on that one-man post show, folks. Toodles. All right, what's up?
All right, dude. I'll talk to you.
All right, it's a one-man post show. I'll see you later, Will.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's a one-man post show. It is literally... Oops. Some back here. Ah, yeah, it's literally... There goes Will, so we're going to get rid of Will. And we're going to get rid of Mix Murphy, who's not even here at the moment. As well... Where's K Murphy? So it's just me. Yay, folks, just me. Welcome, folks, to Tip of the Crown. Post show featuring me, King Ricky Rose. Boom, here's all that for you. So yeah, we can talk about anything we want. Taquan, I'm going to need some information from you, actually. If you actually really want to be on the show, hopefully you have Skype. And all of that, as you can obviously see, we have all of my favorite tweets from this past week, mostly curated by Mr. Fretz, because I don't have time for all of that, and Fretz works nights. Going on. But what do you guys think of the show? I'm able here to answer any and all questions that you guys might have about the show or anything going on. So yeah, shoot away. There's like 5 of you guys in here somewhere. So yeah, shoot the shit, talk away. I'm here for it, folks. Let's talk. You're really hyped about Taquan about coming for Will's spot, which is gonna be hard. It's gonna be really, really hard for you. I'm not gonna lie. So, I can do theme things in my pictures. What? Sorry. So, Fretz, what else is going on in AEW at the moment? Got your days bits. Excuse me. Check my schedule. Yeah, possibly. We'll find out, Fred. So I want to go with Taquan. Taquan's been rocking with us for about a month or so, a little bit over a month. And we really want to kind of give Taquan his debut. Taquan, have you ever been, if you're still with us, Taquan, have you ever actually been on a podcast or a streaming thing before? Will this be your first time? Trios right now, Elite versus Osprey and the other guys. Winner faces Hangman and Dark Order versus I don't know who. You're popping your stream chairs. All right. So what I'm going to need for you, Taquan, make sure you have a video, like a camera, which is going to be ideal. And make sure you have a good enough microphone, or at least a headset with the microphone, so we can hear you clearly. I know we'll do it. So make sure you have Skype, and give me your Skype name and all of that hot stuff. And then pretty much it. And then we'll make sure you're on and everything. So we're gonna ask you a lot of random questions, Taquan, by the way. A lot of questions. So, Fretz, when's the last time you've been on the show, actually? Because you haven't been on it, I want to say, in a couple of years. Because, Fretz, I think the last time you were on the show, I don't think you've been on the stream either. Really? You haven't been on in over 200 episodes, Fretz? Is that true? Holy crap. We need to get you on. I mean, you have a setup and everything for it. You're going to be our next guest after Zaquan. We're going to bring back the Fretzinator. You're telling me, Fretz, that we have had Slack on multiple times and you've only been on since episode 104? How have we neglected you this much? That's really bad. I'm also upset that you actually remembered it, too. But good for you. Very, very good for you, Mr. Fretz. Shut up, pick the color. Have you on after you go to Dynamite? So what, is that 2 weeks from now, Fretz? Well, alright, so Fretz, when do you go to Dynamite? Because that's what I really want to know. Because is Dynamite like after All Out, or what's their schedule? I don't fucking know, to be honest with you, but like, just help me out here. October 12th. So you want to wait a couple more months. October 12th, what day that is? I think that's the same day that I got my freaking car. As long as you do late work Wednesdays. You want to come on earlier than that, Fretz? Like, we can have you on earlier than October 12th. That's totally up to you. Toronto Dynamite is October. October 12th. Is October 12th a Wednesday, by the way, as well? Because I would definitely need to know that before going into this. By the way, who else wants to be on this show? We need more people on this show. Fretz, you're big in the internet wrestling community. What other people should we have on this show? You're going to say Apron Bump. I know you are going to say that. But who else? Who else would like to be on the show? That's the big question. So we have Taquan coming up on the show. As I do got a message coming in from somebody. It's not popular. Should have Nate. Wow, we haven't had Nate on in a while either. I think the last time we had Nate on was when we did that ridiculous challenge that we had for everybody. When I ate I ate something. Something hot. It was like a jalapeno. Was it a jalapeno? I forgot. I remember last time we had Nate on. We've had Balor Club guy. We needed to get Smack and Raw, Matt Ritter and company on. Warren Hayes. I hear a lot about Warren Hayes. He seems like a cool person. So I'm getting popular again. Warren Hayes does seem like a pretty legit dude. Ah, yes, it was a hot pepper covered in wasabi and hot sauce. You want to find that on the archives of our Facebook page. It's there somewhere. It's a fun time. Oh man, it's a fun time. I almost puked all of that up. It was gross. But yeah, that's a fun time. Hot pepper covered in wasabi and hot sauce. I want to say it was a jalapeno or something, but literally, if Dave wasn't on our team, we would have fucking won. We so would have fucking won. It's a shame. We need to bring Mance on. See what Mance is up to. That's what we really need to bring on. But with that being said, I didn't want to keep you guys because I actually have, got to produce the show and all of that hot stuff or whatever. Will's done pooping. But I do want to get my face away from looking at a screen all day because I do work from home and look at screens all day. So I'm going to head out. Thank you guys for joining us. Taquan, hit me up somewhere, probably Discord. We'll work out a schedule for everything with you to get you on for next week to replace Will and all of that stuff. And yeah, we will see you guys next week. Yeah. I'll see you guys next week because we're going to have a lot of stuff. Bye-bye, Kavita. So, yeah, we'll see you guys next week. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, but we'll save that. Enjoy Labor Day. Enjoy all of that hot stuff. But we'll see you soon.
Midnight music. Midnight music.